unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, book lovers unite. Iowa City held true to its literature roots this weekend.
And see how the College of Education is welcoming a younger set of students to campus.
And while the Hawks didn't play this weekend, check out other college football scores from around the country.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Good evening, I'm Tasha Woods.
And I'm Rebecca Hager.
It's the annual book festival. This weekend, Iowa City celebrates the power of the written word to reach hearts all over the globe by recognizing its local authors. And I had the chance to dig deeper into one of those creative minds here in Iowa City. These people are all reacting to a story, and the story is being told by its author. It's part of the Iowa City Book Festival here at the Iowa City Library. Several local authors presented readings of their material this afternoon.
The rigid skirt at Share Bottom where...
This is Sarah Perinius. She's a published children's author. But unlike J.K. Rowling, you won't have to look far to find her. She lives right here in Iowa.
In Iowa City, it's not a stigma to be called a writer. It's like you can come and be a writer in Iowa City and people don't think you're crazy.
Sarah writes about fantasy, and she loves writing for children.
Well, writing for kids is a huge amount of fun because as readers, they are like, just bring it, you know, whatever you do. They don't care that it's fantasy. They don't make those genre distinctions the way adult readers do. So they don't care that it's fantasy. They're just like, oh, just tell us a story, you know, tell us, to make us believe in this other world and these other people.
Sarah is very passionate about her work. And while others may get altogether melodramatic about their work, Sarah is quite different.
For me, it's almost always a joy. It's a great deal of fun and excitement when I'm working on something new.
Sarah's books are available for checkout downtown at the public library. Tasha Woods, Daily Iowan TV.
Every Saturday this fall, the University of Iowa is welcoming local children to North Hall. College of Education students are giving them art lessons to local children, ages 5 to 12. The lessons vary from comic book making to painting, and both the college students and the kids are benefiting from these creative Saturday mornings. The children are exposed to art that they might not have access to otherwise, and the college students get a chance to practice teaching techniques. One of the supervising instructors had this to say about the experience.
This is really a time that they can try out different things and practice different things and develop their own lesson plans. And I think it's just, hopefully they'll just have a really positive experience.
The program runs until November 18th.
Iowa City has gotten a bit safer. According to data from the Iowa City Police Department, alcohol-related crimes have decreased since the city's 21-only ordinance passed 3 years ago. The police department has seen a 30% drop in calls for assault. Overall, there were more than 3,300 fewer calls from 2010 to 2013. Then from 2007 to 2010. The ordinance is once again being put on the ballot for Iowa City residents on November 5th. And we want to know what you think. Has the 21 ordinance improved Iowa City?
Tweet to us at DITV News or send us an email at dailyiowantvnews@gmail.com. And definitely be thinking about sending us some of those fall photos of beautiful colored leaves and trees.
Absolutely. You can feel that fall weather really coming in. Megan, can we get some weather from you?
That's right, ladies. It's officially feeling like that fall weather we've been wanting, and it looks like those temps will show throughout the week. Tomorrow morning, the high temperature will be in the low 50s. Moving into the afternoon, the temp will rise to 64 degrees with cloudy skies, but dip back down to 55 degrees in the evening with those clouds still sticking around. Taking a further look into the forecast, Tuesday is the only day for a chance of precipitation with a high of 63. Wednesday, those clouds will return and the temp at 57. Thursday, the temperature shows a high of 61 and another low of 37. Both Friday and Saturday will be in the mid-50s, but the sun should come out on Saturday. So as you can see, this week will be a bit more chilly than weeks past, so make sure to get your fall gear out. That's all I have here. Back to you, ladies.
Coming up next, the need to be thin. New studies indicate that more than body image causes eating disorders. Learn the science behind it.
And later in sports, Iowa softball wraps up their fall schedule.
And our sports reporter took a hit for the team. See how it all played out.
Iowa SJMC.
Want a major that'll take you somewhere? I joined and now I'm in Los Angeles, California, interning for Conan O'Brien at Warner Brothers Studios.
I joined and now I'm working in public relations for diabetes research.
SJMC.
Eating disorders affect millions of Americans every single day.
And nearly half of all Americans know someone who's living with a disorder.
Our daily Iowan TV health reporter Muriel Kone has more on recent discoveries on eating disorders that made some headlines this week.
Hey guys, I certainly do. And let me begin by saying we can let go of the notion that eating disorders like anorexia and bulimia are strictly behavioral, because a group of University of Iowa and Texas Southwestern Medical Center scientists have also discovered biological effects. What are they? Well, let's take a look. 2 families tested. 2 mutations discovered linked to an increased risk in eating disorders.
What was really interesting was that the 2 mutations seemed to have the same effect.
The effect? A decrease in activity of estrogen-related receptor alpha, or ESRRA, by both the gene itself and histone deacetylase 4.
What appears to happen in people with anorexia is that these do not get turned on properly. So people who start to restrict their food intake or to exercise as a way of losing weight, they don't ever turn these compensatory pathways on, and it's sort of like a freight train that's out of control. They just start losing more and more weight, and the brain does not ever register that you need to eat more and hold on to calories.
Eating disorders have the highest mortality rate of any mental illness, and these new discoveries may someday help scientists treat it more efficiently. In the meantime, Dr. Luter shared with me what he hopes people take away.
Our hope is that we could sort of promote the idea that eating disorders are biologically based, you know, that there are brain pathways that are perturbed that increase the risk, that these are not all behavioral issues, and that people do have disruptions in how they perceive themselves and their desire to eat food. So when people don't want to eat or are resistant to gaining weight, that it's not simply a matter of them being defiant, and that there are, you know, sort of biological causes for some of this.
Definitely something to think about there. And that will wrap things up for Medical Minute this evening. Guys, take it away.
Thanks, Muriel. Some states have figured out how to keep national monuments open despite the government shutdown. The Statue of Liberty, the Grand Canyon, and Mount Rushmore reopened. New York carved over $61,000 a day out of its tourism budget, and the nation's 401 national park sites have lost 715,000 visitors per day over the last 2 weeks.
No Hawkeye football this weekend, but a lot going on in college football. Let's send it to Cody Goodwin in the sports studio to get you caught up on the action.
Thanks, guys. Welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. No Hawkeye football this weekend, but still plenty to get you on tonight's show, with plenty of other college football action and the Hawkeye softball team wrapping up their fall season yesterday with another successful doubleheader against the Kansas Jayhawks and the Kirkwood Community College Eagles. Our very own Whitney Blakemore caught up with the softball team to recap their fall season as they look ahead towards spring. Whitney?
On Saturday, the Iowa softball team defeated both Kansas and Kirkwood Community College at home for their final games of the season. Iowa was able to overcome Kansas 1-0 and concluded the afternoon beating Kirkwood 9-4. After this weekend's victories, the Iowa team finishes up its fall season with a 5-2 record. Although they fell to both Northern Iowa and Upper Iowa University at the All-Iowa Classic, they are going to take these losses as a learning experience to make them even more prepared for the 2014 season.
As far as our losses, they've been kind of tough, but we're used to doing that, kind of having a rougher fall and using those games to learn from, and this would go like into the spring a lot harder. So I'm not too worried about those losses, and I think the team's in a really good mindset.
You know, we've had some downfalls, but that's the point of the fall, is to fall down every once in a while, get back up, and figure out how to move forward without falling down again and doing it over and over the same ways.
The team has overcome a lot this fall, from having 23 players a year ago to now only a 17-woman roster. With fewer players, these ladies have been challenged to expand their skill set and take on new positions.
I mean, a lot of us have been in positions we haven't been in or haven't played for a while, so we just have to be flexible and, you know, just do the best that we can in each position.
While learning new positions can be difficult, some believe it is making the team stronger.
For me, being on the mound, it's built a lot of trust in my teammates for me. Like, now you can put our first baseman out in the outfield, I'm not going to think anything of it. I'm like, okay, I trust her out there, she can do the job. And for me to have complete trust in a fielder playing any other position that's not their primary spot, that's really big on the team.
Last year, the team did not get a bid into the NCAA tournament, despite an RPI of 34 nationally. This disappointment still sits in the back of their minds as they prepare for a 2014 season.
I think that, you know, it kind of stings a little bit still. We try not to talk about it too much because you want to get over it, but you got to keep it in the back of your mind, because that's what's going to motivate you every day, is to not have that sting again and prove that we deserve to be in there and open some eyes and gain some respect for across the country.
Whitney Blakemore, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Thanks for that, Whitney. And now we turn our attention back to college football. And although the Hawkeyes had the week off, there was plenty of other action on the gridiron. There were plenty of upsets yesterday among the top 25. Let's go ahead and take a look at yesterday's scoreboard. Alabama, Oregon, and Clemson all held strong at the top. However, Utah pulls off the upset at home over number 5 Stanford. The Cardinal wasn't the only other top 10 team defeated yesterday. Number 25 Missouri was all over Georgia in Athens, winning 41-26. Now we bring you a little closer to home as to show you the Big Ten scoreboard from yesterday. Fans in Happy Valley were treated to an exciting matchup yesterday, as it took 4 overtimes to determine the winner of Penn State, Michigan, with the Nittany Lions eventually getting the best of the 18th ranked Wolverines 43-40. And before we sign off for the night, we're bringing you the new AP Top 25 a day early. With all the action yesterday, let's take a look at how things all worked out. Still no moving at the top 4. Alabama, Oregon, Clemson, and Ohio State all stay put. However, after their loss to Utah, Stanford drops out of the top 10 and is now replaced by number 5 with Florida State. LSU jumps to number 6. Also entering the top 10 are UCLA and Miami. Looking at the rest of the top 25, Stanford lands at number 13, and Georgia drops all the way down to number 15 after their loss to Missouri, while the Tigers jump from 25 to 14. Both Michigan and Northwestern have dropped from the rankings following their losses to Wisconsin, and Wisconsin re-enters the top 5 after Saturday's victory. And that's all the time we have for tonight, but be sure to tune in tomorrow and for the rest of the week to get you everything you need to know about Hawkeye sports.
Iowa SJMC.
Want a major that'll take you somewhere?
I joined, and now I make videos for the university. I joined, and now I work for the most trusted news source in America. SJMC.
Thanks to our sports team for that coverage. And a shout out to our Daily Iowan TV sports reporter, Jordan Cavialis, for taking one for the team.
Yes, that is a chin cast he's wearing here. Check out this video. He was filming the women's softball game Saturday night when he took a hard-hitting foul to the face.
Jordan was telling us today that you could actually hear the pop from the press box. Oh gosh, it had to be so painful.
Well, that's all we have tonight, but only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek into tomorrow's pages of the Daily Iowan.
Read about how the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics LGBTQ clinic has grown since its opening last year.
And read Democrat and Republican barbecues from this weekend, where politicians from both sides gathered to debate current issues.
That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV. Please make sure to check us out the same time tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching and have a great night.